What up, y'all? Diego from Based Earth with a video here that I know a lot of y'all have been waiting for, so thank you for the patience and thank you for watching. Today we'll be making one of my all-time favorite recipes, which are Buddha bowls. Not only are we going to be making Buddha bowls, but we're going to be doing a meal prep. So we're going to have a week's worth of Buddha bowls that we can customize and enjoy throughout the week. For someone like me who lives a very busy life but tries to stay health conscious, meal prep is just a game changer. Rather than spending an hour in the kitchen, I just spend 5 minutes and I know all the ingredients, I know everything's good, I use it to sustain and nourish my body throughout the week. It's solid. So for this recipe, I'm using ingredients that I just had laying around the house, taking up space in my fridge. Nothing special, very straightforward. I encourage everyone to do the same thing. Just throw in whatever you got. Add stuff if you want to. Take stuff out of what I'm using if you want to. So let's get right into it. First thing you'll need, some clam shells of salad. These are just some ones I got free from work. Some clam shells of sweet potato noodles, or just chop up some sweet potatoes if you have those. Some red beet noodles. I don't have too many, but enough. Some kale. Some cherry tomatoes. Some broccoli. Just make sure that it looks good for the camera. Some chard, beautiful chard. Some collard greens. Some beautiful bell peppers. I'm using baby bell peppers here. Some cucumbers. One's rolling away. 1 onion. 1 head of garlic. Some whole grain quinoa is what I'm using. Some tempeh, or some tofu, whatever protein you want. Cilantro. Mine's wilted. Some mushrooms. I'm using cremini. For the first step, just get you 3 pans. I'm just using the ones I had from my house. Next, you're going to want to fill each pan with some tin foil, make it nice and shiny. Next up, you're going to want to just preheat your oven to 425. And the first thing we're putting in there is the sweet potatoes, so just put those on the pan. Remember, you can cut them up and put them on the pan as well. I'm just going to add my red beet noodles to the middle of these sweet potato noodles, make it nice and pretty. Next up, I'm going to chop up my kale, get it ready for the oven. We're going to bake that as well, make it really crispy. So just put that on a pan. And this pan I realized was a little too small, so I just added it to the bigger pan. Next, we're going to chop up our mushrooms. Look at this cute little mushroom right here. It's so cute. We're going to chop up those bell peppers as well. Those beautiful, lush bell peppers. Look at these. Wow. Add all that stuff to a pan. We're going to bake these as well. And I'm just going to slide these mushrooms on the pan too. Squeeze them in. And you can make these however you want, but I'm seasoning mine with salt and pepper and olive oil. So just pour the oil over, add your salt and pepper. Pretty simple. And the same thing goes for the kale here. Same thing with the peppers and mushrooms, although you don't really need to. They'll get pretty wet on their own. Then let's add these 3 pans to our oven. Let those bake. And while those are baking, let's start on our quinoa. So what you're going to want to do is fill up 2 cups of purified, clean, reverse osmosis water. Put that in a pan and bring that to a boil. Hey there I am. Then we're going to add 1 cup of quinoa to the water once it's boiling here. Water's boiling. Add that quinoa. Wait for it to come to a boil again, and then put your stove on simmer and cover that up. Next is the broccoli, so we're just gonna steam this, chop it up. Add some purified water to a pan. Get one of these cool UFO things, open it up. Pour the broccoli in with one hand and bring that to a boil. Steam that broccoli. Next up, we're gonna just chop up our greens, our collards, our chard, our onion, our garlic, and we're just gonna add all this stuff to a pan and let that cook. Yummy, yummy stuff. I would recommend doing the onions first and the garlic first, and then adding the greens later once those cook down. Next up is a tabbouleh, cucumber and tomato. Chop them up. I'm gonna do 2 piles of cucumbers, one big, one small. Get the cilantro in there too, chop it up. Then go get the quinoa from the stovetop. This is what it should look like when it's done. Then we're gonna be adding all these ingredients together into a large mixing bowl and mixing them up. Remember, I'm leaving those big cucumbers to just have as toppings on their own. This is what the tabbouleh looks like when it's done. Very yummy. You can add lime, mint if you want as well. Now the greens are done here on the stove top. The broccoli's steamed. And we're pulling our goodies out of the oven. Wow, this stuff is so good. I really enjoyed these Buddha bowls when I had them, trust me. Last but not least, we're gonna be cooking this tempeh here. It's really quick, so I did it last. I just chopped it up into small pieces, added it to a pan, and just flipped it when one side was brown, basically. Pretty straightforward stuff, pretty yummy stuff. And here we have it, all the ingredients laid out, all of our hard work. Yum, doesn't this look great? Every ingredient is nourishing and filling. I just want y'all to hear how crunchy this kale is. Now for these bowls, I'm just using 4 toppings, but you can use whatever toppings you like. First up, I'm using this kimchi, local organic kimchi, some hummus, low ingredients, not too much oil, some avocados, get some good fat in there, and some green onion. Now for the first bowl, we're gonna be using that hummus with the peppers, quinoa, broccoli, tempeh, and the potatoes and beets. Adding that all to a bowl. Yum. It's so good, man. It's so scrumptious. Can't tell you how much I enjoyed these bowls. And for the second bowl, we're gonna be doing tabbouleh with the tempeh, with the kimchi, some avocado, and some mushrooms. Yum. Not only are they beautiful, but they are delicious. The third bowl is going to be some salad greens with the baked kale, cucumber, peppers, quinoa, and avocado. And the secret ingredient that I held for all the people who made it this far in the video, Bragg's liquid aminos. So good on all of these bowls. Next up, we got peppers with the chard, with the broccoli, with the sweet potato, tempeh, hummus, and avocado. Yum, yum, yum. And with some liquid aminos, this bowl was my favorite probably. Last but not least, the greens bowl with salad, kale, broccoli, mushrooms, cucumber, and the green onion. I also added some kimchi in here. This bowl specifically is great for the gut health. And the best part of all, we got it all packed up, ready to go right in the fridge for us. So this is a week long, this lasted me over a week. Meal prep. Look at how beautiful this looks in my fridge, all ready to go. Delicious meals all week long, people. This is the way to do it.